Hey gamers, welcome to my channel. And today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to do a thoughts and review of Sonic Adventure. I really didn't play this game for the first time this year, because I played the first level in the Dreamcast days, and that's it, that's all. I hate the game at the time. I didn't have the feeling of playing a Sonic game, because we see Sonic from behind, and we just go left and right to avoid the objects and the enemies until the end of the level. It reminded me of a racing game, where we must avoid the other cars until the end of the race, so I dropped the game in less than 5 minutes. Over the years I bought a few other Sonic games in 3D, such as Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii and Sonic Colors for the Switch, but the end result was the same, and Sonic Advance 1, 2, 3 and Sonic Mania were the only games that I liked in the past 2 decades. Yet, many friends of mine are constantly telling me that they love the game. Even some YouTubers that I love praise this game, and I was a little mad with myself for not liking any Sonic in 3D. I always were the Sega kid. I love Sonic as well as Street of Rage, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Turbo Run, and so many other Sega games that made my childhood so much happier. So I decided after 2 decades I give a second try to this game. So yeah, I consider I played this game for the first time this year, because this time I decided, like it or not, I will finish it. So let's see if my opinion about the game changed after all these years. And let's start with the graphics. When Sonic Adventure was released, the graphics were amazing, and in my opinion they hold up very well to these days. Yes, the graphics, obvious after 25 years of the Dreamcast release, are outdated, but there was not a problem for me. The game doesn't need better graphics, and in this department I was more than happy. Although I didn't like the level design that much, sometimes I fall and lost lives without really knowing why. But we talk about that when we talk about the gameplay. Now the music and sound effects. The music is great. It is one of my favorite in any Sonic game. I even put the music in my MP3 player to listen when I go running. It's not my favorite in the series, because that is always going to be the music of the first Mega Drive game. But this is great and I love it. About the voice acting. The voice acting reminds me of another Dreamcast game, Shenmue. The voice is so cheesy. Some dialogues, the characters are trying to be serious, but all we can do is laugh. Personally, I like cheesy dialogues, and just like Shenmue, I have no problem with that. Now the most important, the gameplay. The sense of speed was unmatched, and much better than in any 2D game in the series. But pretty much all we do is hold forward and hit the jump button when we jump at the enemies. We have a target, and that's make the difficulty very easy. Especially the bosses. The bosses are so easy that we have pity of them. But like I said before, I didn't like the level design that much, and especially the camera angles. I fall and die so many times without knowing why, especially in the last stage, the final egg, that I almost give up the game again. We can also play with Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big and E102. That gives the game different gameplay and more replay value. I particularly like playing with Knuckles, not because he's my favorite character in the series, but also because I like to find the pieces of the case as well. On the other hand, I didn't like playing with Big at all. Overall, I consider the game is not as bad as I spoke over the years. In my opinion, it's not a masterpiece like many players claim, or a game that I will go replay over the years like I do with all the Sonic games in the Mega Drive. If I have fun playing the game, yes, without a doubt, it wasn't a waste of time. I didn't like some parts where I was constantly falling because of some bad camera angles or speed, but without a doubt the game have my approval and I recommend it to all Sonic fans.